It's the National Football League on EA Sports, where we'll see two of the NFL's oldest and most storied franchises. It's the Los Angeles Rams and the Green Bay Packers. Next on Madden NFL 24.
And we come to you from one of the truly iconic stadiums in the NFL as you get a look at Lambeau Field here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Today, two NFC clubs going head-to-head as it'll be the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Green Bay Packers. Welcome again, one and all. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Brandon Gaudin on hand alongside Charles Davis. And yes, the storyline here, the weather. Snow and more of it expected as this game continues. So how will that impact how this one goes?
Can these teams ignore the distraction and the strangeness of playing in a snow game? Because it actually affects the crowd as well. That big roar you get is often muffled when there's a snow game. And the second part, what's the footwear you got on? Does that fit the turf you're playing on? And how will it handle as things get a little bit slick?
Here's Anders Carlson set to get this one started, and we are underway here at Lambeau. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. They'll be led out by a longtime starter in the NFL, a former #1 overall pick way back in 2009. It's Matthew Stafford.
And Matthew Stafford was taken first overall in the 2009 draft, and he certainly played like a top pick. Throughout his career, he's been one of the most prolific passers in the league, and there's no reason to believe he's going to slow down his production anytime soon. Not only that, he's also one of the tougher quarterbacks in the league as well.
They'll fake it. Now Stafford. It got his man complete. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
I've heard of quick strike offenses, but this has taken that to the extreme. I mean, the very first snap of the ball game, normally you're thinking, let's get our quarterback comfortable and get him into the flow of the game, but not here. They come out attacking from the outset, and it pays off in a big way.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. A first run now for Kyren Williams. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
Now 2nd and 5. Here's Stafford. He'll get this one to Cup complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Stafford to his #1 guy, Cup, for a Los Angeles first. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical that it'd be this easy, but they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Stafford now to throw. Touchdown, Rams! Kyren Williams from 21 yards away. And the Rams have taken the early lead on the road here at Lambeau. Well, forget about the weapons out wide. He knows he's got another weapon in the backfield in the passing game, Charles, and he utilized him perfectly on that play.
And the offense coordinator showed me something on that play, Brandon, because so often during a game, our cameras find them looking down at their play sheets, and you wonder if they're absorbing anything. He had something specific in mind, and he went to it, and it worked well.
Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. Keyshawn Nixon now on the return. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. 6'4" Jordan Love taking the field for the first time. The 2020 first-round pick from Utah State set to lead Green Bay.
And at the start of Jordan Love's NFL career, he had one of the best seats in the stadium watching Aaron Rodgers work. But now he's looking for more than that. Rocket arm, big play potential, and he wants to show this organization that he's capable of being a dependable starter for the foreseeable future.
Love going to break the huddle, lead the Packers up here 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
2nd and 10. To throw now. Here's Love. Got his man. That's Luke Musgrave. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try.
And the Rams got him. They'll bring him down. Byron Young, the one who got in and finished that play off. The start of this game shaping up nicely on that visiting sideline.
Yeah, how about that? You get your points on the opening drive. Then you get a big sack there on 3rd down, and you make the home crowd go, shh.
There is a hush indeed. On 4th down, the Packers call on Daniel Whelan to punt. Back deep for the Rams is Tutu Atwell. And he'll send this one into the cold Lambeau night. And take it right at the 35. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their 2nd drive of the game. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Out of the gun, Stafford. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
And he is going to have a Rams 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive, it comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
From the red zone now, Stafford. Throw left side, complete to Cup. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be second down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the Packers' 13-yard line.
Again, it's Stafford. Touchdown! Matthew Stafford, 2 touchdown passes in this first quarter. And the Rams lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Well, this has been a flawless start for them. They score, they get the stop, and they score again, Charles.
Complimentary football at its finest. You've just mentioned how they got it done. They scored. The defense got the ball back for them. They score again. That's the way you win ball games.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. Now, these are not going to be easy on a cold, snowy night, but this one is up and through. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it ends with Cooper Kupp on the receiving end of the touchdown pass. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Boy, you go 3 and out on your first drive, and that's not the way you want to start this drive either. Doesn't seem like they're really into it just yet.
No, first 4 plays, you don't want to call it a disaster, but not looking very sharp. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Back for the second quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football, as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Yellow, Lonnie, set, hut.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10, down at the 33. Switching things up, they'll throw it now with Jordan Love. Flush to his right. This is caught. It's Christian Watson. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. That's good for 28 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Play action this time with Love. That's hauled in by Musgrave for a Packer touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown catch, and the Packers have cut it back within a score.
You got to figure down by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
Anders Carlson now for the point after. And that one makes it 14-7. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And the result, a Green Bay score.
Anders Carlson to kick off for the Packers.
So after the made field goal, here's Carlson to send it away. Right after the touchdown to extend their lead, now maybe opening the door a little bit there by allowing starting field position at the 40. So now the possession will begin at the 35 after the errant kickoff.
Well, that's certainly one way to avoid a dangerous kick returner, I suppose, but you are giving up extra yardage, that's for sure, because if you put it out of the end zone, they start at the 25, so at a minimum, you're giving up 10 yards to the offense.
On the counter, here's Williams. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way down to the 7-yard line. The 71 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. We saw the forecast, snow, didn't know how it would affect this game. Right there, the offensive ball carrier showing it's not affecting him too much.
I just remember us walking into the booth from outside. We were going very slowly, weren't we, making sure we had our footing? The offensive player always has the advantage in this situation. He knows where he's going. For the defensive guys trying to react, much tougher.
And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Williams is not going to advance very far. He'll be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? Let's go to touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
And this one is right through. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
Now Brown, after the made field goal, gets set for the kickoff. This taken in at the goal line. Oh, a good return up past the 30. Past midfield. Still going. 1 man to beat. And he will score. Touchdown. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him. Can't get to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. Oh, he missed it. No good. So this remains a 4-point game. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. L.A. readies for its next possession. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've first half.
They certainly have, and think back to our meeting with the head coach, and we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
From the 31, here comes 2nd and a yard. Throwing is Stafford. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back. Your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you got a battle on your hands.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. They came out not so hot. The first quarter, they were sputtering a little bit, but they seem to have stayed the course and really righted the ship here in the second.
Well, let's face it, all the preparation that goes into getting ready for a game, all the scouting reports, the practice, the repetition, sometimes you hit a little bit of a lull to start things off. Maybe you get a little flat, but if you put in that time, you put in that effort, it can come back to you, and that's what we're seeing so far.
Now can they keep that momentum going? Shreds the tackle, and he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Love. And his throw here is incomplete. Fair to say, it hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
23 yards, the final tally. In this weather, any big play in the passing game, that's just a bonus, right?
It certainly is, but oftentimes offenses think inclement weather plays to their advantage because you...
And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Josh Jacobs, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Packers have taken the lead.
Sometimes you get a 1st and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line, and you start thinking, maybe we're running here on 1st down to get half of what we need, so maybe we're going to have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
Carlson's extra point up and good, and that gives him a 3-point lead. Carlson back out there now to send this one away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And you figure, Charles, they have enough time here in the first half, more than a minute, to put a drive together, at least get them in position to try a field goal.
Yeah, they've got all 3 timeouts at their disposal, so I'm actually thinking bigger. With those 3 timeouts, that amount of time on the clock, I'm thinking about trying to get a touchdown and settle for a field goal.
The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. To throw is Stafford. Now that'll be caught by Cup. And he is going to lose yardage here. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. stop him on third down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half.
Ready, break. Ready.
On 1st and 10, Love. Open man is Musgrave, the tight end. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? And that one on the rookie, Charles, maybe a little too overeager.
You know how many times you know about the quarterback having to have a clock in his head, make sure the ball gets away before the rush gets there? When you're a pass rusher, you have to know when the ball is gone and make sure you don't hit the quarterback afterward. And they was trying to make a play, but that time, he ends up drawing the flag.
So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everyone, to our brand new studios here in downtown Orlando in the EA Sports Halftime Report. We just watched a solid first half from the 2022 rushing champ, Josh Jacobs. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Not too many breaks ahead, according to the radar. More snow on the horizon as we are back underway in half number 2. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Here's the Packers offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. They have played so strongly. You look at the scoreboard, you probably, with the way they played, you would think the margin would be a lot bigger, right?
You would. And in your experience, how many times have we run into coaches where they've talked about, hey, we just want to put it in the hands of our defense and have them win the game? In this case,
not the case.
Not at all. You want to put it in the hands of your offense, but you always feel better about saying defense because you think defense is a constant and offense kind of comes and goes. Today, this game, no, they need their offense to stay on a really hot level.
They've been hot so far. On second down, Jacobs. Down the right sideline. He may go. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Josh Jacobs with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Packers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. The bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Matt LaFleur, he tells the offense, stay out there, go for 2.
Edo blue. Fierce yellow. Cut.
Love throwing for it, eluding the pressure right. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. So they go with the pass, and it works there on the 2-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts, passing versus running on 2-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational. You have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a 2-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
So now Carlson, after the touchdown, called on to send this one away. Well, now how about this return? And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Now the attention turns back to the Rams offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a 3-possession game.
On second down, here's Stafford. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything. And against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he's going to have a Rams first down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. Play action. Stafford. He'll get that complete to Parkinson. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd and 6. From the 50, Stafford. That's caught. It's DeMarcus Robinson. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 30. A good pickup there of 20 yards. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Off of play action. Here's Stafford. Blitz coming, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
Now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. Now Stafford. And this is going to be incomplete. Green Bay up to the task there in coverage and forcing a 4th down. So on 4th down, Sean McVay going to send out the field goal unit. Made us first. This now from 46 yards away. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the 3rd quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that, because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send the message that says, hey, we're not going away.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Now the Packers get set to go. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
2nd down, Jacobs once more. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 141 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Give him 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well. These Packers and these Packer fans really thrive in the cold temperatures here at Lambeau, and their guys have the lead here with a 1st and 10. A rubber throw caught by Dobbs. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 13-yard line. 11 more yards there, and this methodical drive continues.
That's another beautiful throw right there. Gets it to his man right in stride. And I think that throw kind of exemplifies what we've seen from this offense throughout this game. They've been in rhythm, they've been sharp, they've been on it, and they pick up another first down there.
And he'll be taken down after a minimal pickup, and that will take us to the end of quarter number 3. We have played 3 quarters. Back now at Lambeau. It's Packer football here as they've got the lead as well to begin the 4th quarter. They're looking at a 2nd and 8 now from the 10. To pass, here's Jordan Love. This will be caught at about the 5. A good display of power, but it will only get him just inside the 5 to the 4. And that's good for a gain of 6. And now 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he'll be touchdown here, but not before he does pick up the first. 2 yards is the pickup, and the Packers are going to have a 1st and goal. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. On the carry, it's Davis. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Packers have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. I've heard you use the term put-away drive, and that right there seemed like the definition of a put-away drive.
Yeah, it certainly just pops right up out of the book, doesn't it? Because up 2 scores already, just wanted to possess the football, keep converting and picking up first downs. And if the drive ends in 3 points, that's terrific. If it ends in a touchdown, fantastic.
Carlson's extra point up and good, and the lead is now. So after the made field goal, here's Carlson to send it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. LA set to take over again on offense. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnelled. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
On 1st down, it's Stafford. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Robinson. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
At the 32-yard line.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and a yard. From the gun, here's Stafford. A quick throw there is incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game. And that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the... This will wind up a loss on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. They snap it to Stafford. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. No luck for the Rams as they... 4th down. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps them in a running situation, probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 157 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
This carry with the extra effort is going to get him stopped up just shy of the 10. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. 2nd down and 3. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs, and he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That leads us to a 1st and goal. It's a pickup of 8.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be giving a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. Jacobs will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
They'll run it with Jacobs, and he will get this in. Touchdown, Green Bay. Josh Jacobs takes it in from a yard out, and the Packers are able to add on to that lead. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
Carlson back out there now to send this one away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Stafford. His throw incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They forced incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Dancing to his left. And that will be incomplete with the clock showing 18 seconds now to go. I think this is what this game's become now. Just go deep, see if we can get something to go our way.
Yeah, not the most creative or most inventive play call there, but not much has worked for them throughout this game. They're almost at a loss about what to dial up.
Desperation time for Stafford on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that will force a turnover on downs. Here's Jacobs from the gun, and a hard-earned yard there as he ran through one would-be tackler. It's 2nd down, and one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds.
Brings up 3rd and 8.
Okay, ready?
So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And you look back over the score sheet. Interesting. A very clean game. No turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks everywhere you turn.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. And now we get to deal with a foot of snow in the parking